Hi there, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm showing you how my day currently looks like. Here is what to expect. I'm doing a minimal kitchen clean and tidy, and I'll be sharing a delicious sausage fried rice recipe. If you're only here for my cooking content, feel free to skip ahead to where I start cooking. After dropping the kids to school, I come back home, put my baby to sleep and head to the kitchen. I empty the sink and give the kitchen a quick clean and tidy. I haven't had my morning coffee yet, so I make myself a cup. After coffee, I usually start with dinner right away so that I can cook while my daughter is sleeping. However, my son has been asking for sausage fried rice since I came back from Kenya, and since I have all ingredients I need for it, I decided to surprise him today. I start with the sausages, which I cook as I normally do. Once done, I clean the pan to get rid of the grease, cut some sausages and start cooking. I heat some oil and add the vegetables followed by the spring onions. If you'd like to know how to freeze spring onions without them sticking together, check out the video linked above. I now add the spices. I'm using black pepper, turmeric powder, cumin powder, coriander powder, paprika and garlic powder. Feel free to experiment with different spices or use your preferred spice combination. I start to combine and add oil as needed. I add a little water, vegeta, then in go the chopped sausages. I continue mixing until everything is well combined. At this point, the aroma in the kitchen is so good and it's tempting to start eating as it is. However, we must go the full yard to complete this yummy dish. I now add the rice and stir gently until everything is well combined. I'm using leftover rice, but you can cook rice and allow it to cool completely before cooking. I check for salt and seasoning and adjust salt to taste. And just like that, our sausage fried rice is done. I transferred it out of the hot pan to prevent the rice from drying out. I'll cook dinner after picking up the boys from school. We're now back from school and the boys have eaten, so I now move to the next step. For dinner, I'm cooking mula khudra mofruka. I usually take the meat out of the freezer the night before and let it thaw in the fridge overnight. However, I didn't do that last night because I hadn't decided what I wanted to cook. So today, I'm cooking the meat straight from frozen. It's not ideal, but I don't have much time to spare. I place the meat in a pot along with onions, black pepper, salt, beef seasoning cubes, oil and water. I also add a cinnamon stick and let this boil. Once fully boiled, I turn the meat and let it boil for a couple of more minutes and turn it again. After turning the meat twice, it is now fully separated. So I turn the heat down and allow this to cook on the lowest heat setting until the beef is cooked. Cooking it on low heat ensures that the meat absorbs all the flavors before it's fully cooked. This is especially important because the meat was frozen when we started, and therefore high heat will cook the meat quickly, leaving it bland. This is because the flavors will not have time to be absorbed into it. Once the meat is cooked, I add cumin powder and garlic paste and let this cook for 5 minutes. I boil a cup of water in a large pot, dissolve a teaspoon of kombu in hot water and set it aside, ready for use. I add the molokhia into the pot followed by the kombu solution and dill. I'm using 2 packets of frozen molokhia for this recipe. I froze the dill because I had a lot left after using it for another recipe. I allow this to cook on medium to low heat until the jute leaves are cooked. This takes roughly 8 to 10 minutes, however, larger quantities might need more time. During this time, stir occasionally and don't walk away from the pot to avoid the leaves from spilling over. And don't overcook the jute leaves because the vegetables will lose the slimy texture. At this point, I blend to my preferred consistency and place the pot back on the stove. I add the cooked meat and broth into the pot. I mix to incorporate the soup into the vegetables. Adjust salt to taste and allow 2 to 3 minutes for everything to blend in. Our blended jute leaf soup is now ready to serve, and the aroma in the kitchen is so good. If you enjoy my videos and love simple recipes, Kindly consider subscribing and don't forget to turn on your notifications to be alerted every time I put up a new video. Your engagement helps push the channel to a wider audience and more people could benefit from this essential life skill. It also motivates me to keep the channel going. Thanks for watching and see you all in my next video.